welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a massive, incredibly frustrating roadblock in the business world right now, scaling trustworthy enterprise AI. Everybody wants perfectly automated analytics. Everyone wants autonomous AI agents. But there is a glaring missing link. So today, we are going to unpack exactly what that missing link is and how combining technical standards with human processes finally actually solves it.
All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and start with a really painful question, one that haunts almost every executive board meeting. Why do your dashboards always conflict? Think about it. You pull a report from a BI tool, an AI agent gives you an analysis, and then a sales dashboard shows a third, completely different set of numbers. And what happens next? Usually a huge argument between sales and marketing over who is actually right.
So here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover the enterprise data crisis, OSI and semantic vocabulary, the missing process layer, IPE and causal grammar, bridging data and human action, and finally, how to build the complete AI trust stack.
Part 1, the enterprise data crisis, or as I like to call it, the Tower of Babel. Modern organizations are literally drowning in tools that speak entirely different languages. Take a word like revenue. It means one thing to marketing, something else entirely to finance, and a third thing to sales. And you know what the most fascinating part of that is? Nobody is technically wrong based on their specific tool, but nobody agrees. Look, if human teams can't agree on what revenue means without a full-blown turf war, an AI agent stands absolutely no chance of optimizing it for you.
Moving on to Section 2, OSI, the semantic vocabulary, where we talk about standardizing the data.
To fix this crisis, industry giants, we're talking heavyweights like Snowflake and Salesforce, launched Open Semantic Interchange, or OSI. Think of OSI as the ultimate universal shared dictionary for your data ecosystem. It is a vendor-neutral schema that ensures terms like revenue or active user are defined exactly the same way across all your different tools. It's a brilliant, absolute game-changer of a standard for the data layer.
Which brings us to Section 3, the missing process layer, and basically what OSI just cannot do. Right, so here is where we hit a massive wall. Having a shared dictionary doesn't mean people actually know how to use the words correctly. OSI solves the data layer through technical standardization, absolutely, but it completely misses the human element. Without operational standardization, which means ensuring your business analyst and your operators actually understand and follow those definitions over time, your perfect technical schema is going to start drifting the second it meets organizational reality.
Section 4, IPE, the causal grammar, and how we structure human action.
So to bridge this huge gap between perfect data definitions and actual messy human action, we need the Integrated Process Excellence Framework, or IPE. This consists of 6 highly structured steps: creating a positive environment, defining, documenting, and communicating the process, and finally measuring and controlling it. This provides the actual organizational infrastructure that turns your technical vocabulary into sustained operational reality. Now, deep inside step 2 of IPE is a strict causal chain, and this is what gives your AI its operational meaning. We anchor metrics to key input variables. Think of things like your marketing ad spend. Those flow directly into key process variables, like user clicks on your website, and those eventually result in key output variables, which is your actual final revenue. So while OSI tells the AI what a metric is called, this causal chain tells the AI why it actually matters and how it behaves in the real world.
What's super interesting here is how perfectly IPE's early steps align with OSI's blind spots. Step 1 builds executive sponsorship to completely overcome cultural resistance and get everyone on the same page. Step 2 applies that KIV, KPV, KOV architecture, so your AI isn't just blindly reading labels. And Step 3 creates a level 0, 1, and 2 process hierarchy that maps directly back to the data schema, which ensures total traceability.
All right, Section 5, bridging data and human action. Let's look at the technical proof. Because theory is great, right? But let's actually look at the concrete SQL implementation. This physical schema proves exactly how IPE extends OSI natively. You've got tables for your raw inputs, your computed processes, and your business outcomes. But focus on that fourth piece, the process model table. This means every single data point isn't just floating around aimlessly in the cloud. It has a clear, named, human department and a work center owner specifically attached to it. And here it is, the actual magic key for true AI interoperability, the causal links table.
By logging explicit upstream and downstream weights between variables, it literally transforms flat data tables into an AI traversable graph. So if a metric degrades, your AI agent can literally walk backwards up the causal graph to find the exact root cause that triggered the problem. It is genuinely reasoning, not just reading.
Finally, Section 6, the AI trust stack, bringing it all together. We've seen the problem, we've seen the vocabulary and the grammar, and honestly, it really just boils down to this. OSI standardizes what business metrics mean. It gives AI its vocabulary. But IP's causal architecture encodes why those metrics move in the first place and who owns them. It gives AI its grammar. Vocabulary without grammar just drifts into total chaos. But together they unlock true, trustworthy enterprise reasoning.
Because the complete AI trust stack absolutely requires all three of these layers working in perfect concert. At the base, you have your data access layer handling the live data pipelines. Sitting right on top of that, the OSI layer provides your vendor-neutral semantic definitions. And wrapping around all of it, holding it together, the IPE layer provides the human ownership and the causal process governance. Well, that wraps up our explainer for today, but before we go, I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on as you evaluate your own organization's setup. Your current tools might finally be getting the vocabulary right, thanks to these new standards. But do they have the causal grammar to actually reason correctly? Because without that process layer connecting your data to real human action, you might just have a very, very organized dictionary. Seriously, go take a look at your dashboards.